All right, guys, so I want to show you a little bit about our controller checker app. Now, this is a controller symptoms checker app. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. You guys could probably already see it already. All right, so this is the tool right here. So basically, we got what feels wrong most. So a little explainer of how to use the tool. You can use it like this. Pick the issue you feel right now. Read the results before changing anything. Change one setting at a time. This is important. Change one thing. Don't change multiple things because it's going to have a hard time differentiating what is better and what is worse. Test it in a map. Right now I'm going into creative, but you could use any of your favorite maps like red versus blue or whatever the case may be, FFA, the pit. Go in there and test these things out. I wouldn't suggest testing it in a regular game yet, just because you want to make sure that your settings feel good and then you can go from there. If the test results feel wrong, go back and pick the next closest symptom. So this is pretty self-explanatory. So now, perfect example, my aim assist feels gone. So everything is going to ask you a question so you can get the fine-tuned, detailed answer. Does the whole game feel delayed or off too? Let's say yes. So if I said yes, it's going to tell me the first things. You're going to check your Wi-Fi. You're going to check your hardware. Check whether your controller is wired, wireless, or on a dongle. Check your ping stability. So do not touch it. Do not change the sensitivity. Do not copy your pro settings. Do not reinstall the game. It's very important. Do not blame aim assist. Now, what it fixed should feel like. The game feels smooth again. Movement and aim stop feeling behind your hands. What you do on the stick happens when you expect it. So these are like really, really important things that's what it should feel like when it's fixed. If it's still not fixed, you have an option right here to go look. Your test note. This is what you're going to test to make sure and note it if there's any problems. So if this is not the issue, you're going to start back over. Now, this is like if your sensitivity doesn't feel balanced. One setting feels too slow, the next feels too fast. So go right here. Are you using advanced options? So pretty self-explanatory. If you're using the advanced options, then you will know. If you don't know, you can click I don't know. One setting feels too slow, the next feels too fast. Hip fire feels fine, but does not ADS. My aim only breaks up close. So you have multiple options on here. If anything feels close to what you're feeling, you can click on it. So say my aim only breaks up close. So now these are the first things you're going to want to check. Check your ADS aim. Check your input curve. Check your look curve. Check your turning boost. Now, if you're confused on where these things are, you got screenshots here to tell you exactly where everything is. So if you're confused at any point of where these settings are, they're going to show you right here. Your look input curve, boom, it's right there. Do not touch this yet. What it should feel like. So we also have playstyle suggestions and setting suggestions that you should use if you need help, if you feel like you need to dial in your settings a little bit more. Test note. Test close hip fire separately from ADS. So you should be testing these separately, close range. So now also there's a map suggestion. Check out this map suggestion. Highly, highly suggestive for Zero Build players. Best for close-up aim, hip fire, Zero Build fight reps. We'll show this on the screen so you guys can see what this is. So this is a training day map. You have movement, you have range, you have recoil, normal, bounce, reactive, all these different areas where you can kind of like track your aim. Dial in your settings, see where it goes. Then you also have this like main training area set up for Zero Build. Boom. You can go in and test your settings out and see what's going on. If you're confused on any of the words here, there is a glossary that you can click through, or you can go right here. These are the words that we're using here. Your look input curve, this is going to tell you exactly what it is. Your look speed tells you exactly what it is. Turn boost, exactly what it is, what not to confuse it with, when to check it. Now, if you want to apply these settings, boom, 3 different play styles. So you have aggressive, balanced, strategic. Again, these are just suggestions, clearly just suggestions on what you should use, not exactly what you should automatically set your settings to. So boom. So if you have an aggressive play style, this is going to be your starting point. You're going to open up these sensitivity settings. So you can try these to start. If that feels too fast, boom. Dial it down just a little bit. If it feels too slow, dial it up a little bit. Showing you where these things are inside Fortnite. So do not do this. Do not jump straight into super high numbers just because you want aggressive aim. So don't put this on like 60 because you want to move super fast on the screen. It's not really going to help you. It's going to be all over the place. Important, use this as a starting point. Do not copy numbers blindly. Don't copy this with no intent of like really knowing what you're doing. Like you're going to just copy it and think that your settings are going to be perfect. That's not how that works. I do not own these maps, but I highly suggest you go check them out because they're well worth using. I felt like this is super helpful to a lot of players out there who are brand new to the game or just at a point where they're turning on their advanced settings and trying to learn about what is going on. Again, we also have our full fix plan. This is called our controller lab. Now, you do not have to get that. That is not mandatory. If you feel like this gets you to a great point and your settings feel good, boom, use it. It's free. It's awesome. But if you want to really dial in and get into advanced settings, we have this thing called Controller Lab, which is going to give you all the settings, all the personalizations that you could possibly need. So like these are modules that you can open up. This is your personalized fix plan. So again, it has drop down menus. You can select whatever your issue is. When did it start? I copy somebody's settings, PC, switch, aggressive, balance, your grip, whether you play claw, standard, worst fight, mid-range. These are options, risks, because these highly affect what you got going on. So right here, you can see we're going to build the plan out. So my confidence is pretty high. You can tell by my settings, by my play style. Likely cause, ADS too high. If this is not an issue, my scope multiplier, we don't need to look at it. So we can change it. So lower ADS horizontal and vertical from 9 to 8. It's suggesting to me that I should lower my settings. That's cool. Scope, weapons feel strong. Check the multiplier. Testing map, shooting range. Proof drill, long range ADS tracking with small corrections only. So this is the way you test it and see if it's working. Revert rule. So revert the first change if the target symptom gets worse or a new problem appears. So this is really good. So you know whether to go back and like change something. Don't change your base, which would be my look and horizontal. My horizontal and vertical look sense. Do not change these yet at all. You don't want to change these unless my hip fire is also too fast. 10-minute test. So this is what I love. It's going to give you a 10-minute test of what you should be testing out to make sure it feels better or feels worse. We built this to have you test things in order. The fixed path has a fixed order. Route the symptom, block the bad change, one change only. So you do one thing at a time to test. Second test, proof drill, which is your testing, go into the map, test it out, and then revert rule. If the test makes it worse, revert before stacking another change. But you also have symptoms recipes, and I won't go too far into this, but you have symptom recipes. You can click any of these things. So you got close aim fights, ADS, aim assist, range correction, aim inconsistent, input delay, no sensitivity, drift. This is an important one. So boom, if we click this, boom, this is already like a pre-made symptom. So you get in here, you can just input your settings. So my recipe is pretty much the same based on what I just said. So this can pretty much get you to a point of where you're checking your settings. And if nothing in your settings, from your TV to your game mode to your controller settings, doesn't fix it, then it's probably your controller. I wanted to give back to the community and make something for you guys to check out your aim and get really good at the controller. So here you go. Let me know in the comments any questions, anything you want to see on future apps and updates. Check it out now. Make sure to like, comment, and all that good stuff. Thanks.